this is a poem called Concord Hymn. It's by Ralph Waldo Emerson, the father of Transcendentalism. This particular poem it's called a hymn. Hymn means song, because it was actually sung at the completion of the battle monument on July 4th, 1837. And this is, of course, the battle monument commemorating the Battle of Lexington and Concord, which you may have heard of. So it's divided into 4 stanzas. It has pretty traditional structure. It's got a A-B rhyme scheme that you'll hear in just a minute. And as we read it, we're going to stop and talk a little bit about what it means. The first stanza says, "By the rude bridge that arched the flood, their flag to April's breeze unfurled. Here once the embattled farmers stood, and fired the shot heard round the world." That last line is most definitely the most famous line from this poem. So this is, of course, creating a picture in the mind of the listeners and the singers, I guess, of the original battle back in 1775. "The foe long since in silence slept, alike the conqueror silent sleeps, and time the ruined bridge has swept down the dark stream which seaward creeps." So he's not talking about literal sleep here, he's talking about figurative sleep, right? So this ceremony is like 60-something years after the battle has taken place. So even if the soldiers didn't die in the battle, it's very likely that they have since died. So he's saying the foe long since in silence slept. That means the enemy is dead. The second line says, "Alike the conqueror silent sleeps." So in the same way, the other soldiers are dead too. So all the soldiers are dead. And the third line, "And time the ruined bridge has swept." So because the bridge got old and rotted, the stream swept the bridge down to the sea. All right, third stanza. "On this green bank, by this soft stream, we set today a votive stone, that memory may their dead redeem, when like our sires, our sons are gone." So in that stanza, he's explaining what they are doing there that day. They are setting a votive stone, a monument, a memorial, so that the memory of these soldiers will live on when, like our sires, like their ancestors who are dead, their sons are gone. So after many generations have passed and all of the people have died, there will still be this votive stone, this memorial on the side of the stream where the battle took place. Okay, last stanza. This stanza I feel like really portrays Emerson's transcendentalist views, because he's praying to spirit, because the transcendentalists were all about, spirituality. He's talking about nature, which transcendentalists were a big fan of, which is why I'm doing this video outside, by the way. Also to get away from my loud children, which didn't really work. All right, the last stanza says, "Spirit that made these heroes dare to die and leave their children free, bid time and nature gently spare the shaft we raise to them and thee." So this last stanza is a prayer, not to God, because they didn't really practice organized religion, but just to spirit, where he's asking the spirit to bid time and nature to spare the shaft, the monument, the votive stone, from the elements of time. And that is Concord Hymn by Ralph Waldo Emerson.